Hey guys, DJ here with Next Level Coaching, and today we are playing Blue-Black Control, and we have a match versus the White Human deck. And this hand, regardless of our opponent's deck, we cannot keep. So we mulligan. This hand is not optimal, but it's likely better than a random 6. We have some land, and Think Twice will cycle. It's unfortunate we're on the draw. We're probably just going to get beat down and lose this game, but there's not really a hand I would want to mulligan, a 5-card hand that would be good against him on the draw. I mean, I would need like land, Think Twice, and 2 removal spells. It would just have to be the perfect 5. So this hand is fine if we draw. We want to draw a land plus a removal spell, and that should buy us enough time. So we're going to keep this. And our opponent has, he kept on 7. F6 through his turn here. So we're hoping, okay, I was going to say we were hoping that he had a slower hand without a 1-drop, but he has a 1-drop, so. And unfortunately, we brick on our first draw. We do not want counter spells against this deck. So we're going to just play the tapped Drowned Catacombs here. Playing an island doesn't accomplish anything. There's nothing we can represent, so. Alright, he didn't do anything on turn 2, meaning he either has a mana leak up or just didn't have a 2-drop. If he doesn't have a 2-drop, he may just have Mirror Crusader, and Mirror Crusader is kind of bad for us. What it's going to boil down to is we just need to draw lands here. If we can draw lands, our Solemns can chump block the Crusader long enough for us to stick a Worm Coil. But things aren't beginning too well at all. And he didn't actually do anything, so he doesn't have a land. Things are good for us. We don't have a land either, but we have more lands than it. And there's the land. That's good. So this is very good for us because not only do we get to flashback a Think Twice, but we get to counterspell his next creature that he plays. And it essentially time walks him. And we just need to buy extra turns in this match, you know, to be able to stick our 6 drops. So this Dissipate here will end up actually coming in handy. Now, he doesn't have land. Do we dissipate this guy here? If we do, his champion stays a 1/1. Or we have 2 shots to draw a land. This is a tough one. Yeah, we're going to hold up the Dissipate for something better. So we're hoping to hit a land here and then stick a Solemn and then have him not play a creature next turn so we can trade with one of his champions. Either way, we should be able to trade with at least one champion, but something like if he plays a Mirror Crusader next turn, we're just in trouble. Guess it's actually not the worst if he does play Mirror Crusader. What the worst is going to be is if he has Angelic Destiny. If he goes like land, and has Angelic Destiny here, like he has 6 cards in hand, doesn't have land. What kind of hand did he really keep? So he likely has Angelic Destiny in his hand. You know, Mirror Crusaders, things like that, things that are just naturally good against us. So we just have to hope he misses on lands for like 2 turns. And that should buy us enough time. Otherwise, if he does have lands for 2 turns in a row, it's going to be rough times for us. And we flash back the Think Twice instead of playing the one from our hand is because there's no reason for us to give information away. And also it's more mana efficient. So he's going in. He didn't attack. Okay, so he just has nothing. So this is pretty good for us. I was going to say if I draw a land here, I'm not actually going to play the Solemn because, or the Worm Coil, because it looks like he's representing a mana leak because he just keeps passing and doing nothing. So his hand, he could have a really bad hand. So the question is, we can attack here, attack him for 2, and play another Solemn. At this point, I don't think we need to tap out and risk like getting hit by Mirror Crusader because we really can't beat the Mirror Crusader. The board's kind of a stalemate the way it is. We're holding 2 Dissipates. So like we can just dissipate a threat plus think twice and slowly set up to where we can just slam the Worm Coil engine. So I like playing super safe here and just not actually doing anything. We could think twice on our turn looking for a land, but that isn't largely relevant. I would rather keep mana open in case we need to go for the throat something plus dissipate something. So we're going to pass here. And then at the end of the turn, if we need to, we can mill. But we're not going to be milling. We're going to be think twicing. So and the ideal situation for us is for him to tap out for a Mirror Crusader, which we dissipate, and then we think twice, draw a land, and get to slam a Worm Coil. That's the best situation that can happen. And he must have still been land screwed, and he just scoops. Alright, so I showed him my hand. Yeah, he was in a lot of trouble there. So now we get to sideboard. So we want the Ratchet Bombs, the Sorin's Thirst, the Doomblade, the Deadweight, and the Batterskull. And we have 8 cards here. So on the draw, you could make an argument again for keeping mana leaks in against them because it does counter their Mirror Crusader plus the Hexproof guys. But on the draw, I'm just not a fan. We can leave 1 in. I think 1 mana leak, the first mana leak is probably better than the first Sever, given we have already a lot of removal we're boarding in. It would also, you could also justify boarding in Azure Mages if we're on the play, just as chump block, or just to block his fast guys to absorb more damage. I haven't actually tested that one yet, but that is an option. I just don't know what you would actually cut from here to do so. Alrighty. Looks good, and we're going on to game 2.